Step in the light where the movers be, talking that talk in the industry. Bartender, chefs, the late night beat, serving up stories with flavor and heat. From backstage drama to front of house flair, VIP nights and the people who care. So turn it up, get loose, be free. You know what time it is? Buck with me.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Buck Wit, and yes, we are filming right now at Vented Media Lounge, and I got an entrepreneur for you today, straight from Florida. I ain't gonna say where he's from, like in the state of Florida, but either or. My man Mike from Barzo is in the building. The entrepreneur. What's happening, dog?
Man, just having it was a busy day today, but yeah, good stuff.
Now, being that you are running some things, what's a typical busy day for you?
Man, a lot of meetings. A lot of meetings today. We met with the tequila brand this morning. We're getting set up for all of our launch parties because we're getting really close to launch time.
All right.
So a lot of planning and just setting up sponsors and stuff to get ready for our launch.
Okay. Now, y'all see the cap that he has on right now. And I know you guys been seeing it. I've been seeing it. When we go to the clubs, we see, our friends on socials push it in marketing. And we've all been wondering, like, what is going on in Tampa? So I actually got the CEO, the man of the app, that's going to actually take the time and break it down exactly what is going on with this. But before we tap in, how did this idea even come about?
Man, I mean, give you a little bit of background on myself. I was with my wife from 17 and got divorced at 38. So I was introduced to this world to go out and the single world. And so I started going out a lot, to be quite honest. And it all started from like, where are we going next? Like, what's going on, And there was not a single source out there that had all the bars, all the clubs with accurate information that, like, what's going on. If I'm going to go to a rooftop or karaoke bar or dive bar or whatever it was, there was nothing out there to find those locations. So that's kind of where it started. Then it kind of, linked back to a social environment. I come from a publishing background and where we deal with community.
Right.
And when you go out a lot, you see the same people. It is a community, and there was nothing to connect that community, and that's kind of where the idea sparked. And then it was like, how the hell do we make money with it?
That's always a stage.
Yeah.
How do we make money? You're about to make some money.
Well, we decided, when you're putting this together. And once again, I from an advertising background, sold a lot of ads and over the last 25 years, but I didn't want to have to go to the bars and clubs and expect them to fund this project.
Okay.
And sell ads, because the biggest thing that we're focused on is the user. So if a user comes on the app, you want them to be able to find anything they're looking for. So if someone didn't advertise on there, it doesn't do the user any good if they're trying to find a bar or club from a specific thing that they're looking for. So we want to make sure that everybody was involved. So what we've done is we build an app that it's a subscription base. So the user pays $8 a month, but they also get 8 free drinks at all of our bars in our network. So currently we have close to 400 bars, and pretty much from Polk County all the way to the beaches, and you can walk in any one of those bars, show your app, and your first drink's free.
Okay, so let's talk to me like I'm 12.
Okay.
Because I really want people to understand what's going on, because I think it's a great idea. And you also get an opportunity to check out other new clubs and bars and restaurants that's involved with you guys at the same time. Because there's so many spots that's open up in Tampa right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's we have, like I said, 400, but there's a ton we can put on there. So
you get a free drink off this app.
Yeah. Any one of our bars that are in the app, you can you show it and you redeem it right there at the bar. To break it down, it's a social environment for like-minded people that go out. So if you go out and you're at a bar or club, several times a month, this is going to be the app for you. It's a social environment. So there's a social aspect to it. You get a free drink, like I was saying, 8 free drinks a month. You can buy people drinks. So if you're out and I can't make it out, I'm like, man, I can send you a drink through the app.
Right.
It goes into your drink bank. And if multiple people buy you drinks, it just keeps stacking up and you can use them as you wish. We have a feature in there called Shoot Your Shot. So if you're single, it actually is in real time. So you have to be out And if you're out, you can swipe on people and send them drinks.
Right. Okay.
And the girl or guy has 8 minutes to respond and to accept it or not accept it. And once they accept it, they read your message, and they can either take your drink and not respond, or they can respond to you. So you shot your shot, and you lost or you won.
Oh my God.
We're really focused on bartenders is the other big thing that we do. We reverse engineer this, and we were trying to figure it out. Like, once again, how do we market it? How do you get it? How do you get it to market? A lot of apps that fail, that could be a great idea, just didn't. The product market fit wasn't right. So for us, we try to involve the bartenders and make them our superstars.
Okay.
And to give you an example, you go in a bar, bartender says, "Follow me on Barzo," and you're like, "What's Barzo?" It's just like Snap code. You get
Right.
your QR code. You download, you click you scan her QR code. You download the app. The bartender makes money, so we're paying them $6 for every person she gets to download the app.
Oh snap.
And then she builds her followers, as well as the bar that she works at's followers. Once she builds her followers up, to give an example, breaking it down, if she had 1,000 followers, which I think is the coolest part of the app. You have 1,000 followers. When she makes a post that she's working, which is a very simple clocking in, puts her hours in, she makes that post. We then have the analytics to know she has 1,000 followers, 284 people seen that post. 13 people showed up at the bar, and they stayed an average of 1.2 hours. So it almost becomes her resume.
Right.
How many people she's bringing to the bar, he or she, and how long they stay. All that data she has access to, and the bar does as well. So really cool stuff. The bar kind of has the same thing as they build their followers. We don't suppress any posts, so they don't have to pay for a post. So like if you're on a traditional social media now and you have a ladies' night and they make a post, Facebook's only going to show it to so many people unless you boost that post.
Right.
If you're a follower on Barzo, everyone will see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that bar also gets that same type of data. How many people seen it, how many people showed up, and how long they stayed there.
It's so funny when you say that, because I know when I have friends in town, they're like, yo, where to go?
Yeah.
Now I can use you guys. We're like, hey, go to this app. It's going to show you all the clubs so you get the free drink. But that's not the catcher, though. I always send people to be like, yo, go ask for Vanessa. She's going to hook it up. And she's on your app, like, she's going to get the love, and you guys going to get the analytics and all that stuff. And plus, then she's built a rapport with people that I know.
Oh, yeah.
And it just goes on and on and on.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
at the end of the day, I think we all go to a certain bar just because of a particular bartender. Maybe he or she.
Yeah, it happens a lot. And when I say focus on bartenders too, we have a feature in there called Top 8 Bartenders. So as you're driving around certain areas, you could drive downtown Tampa, and within a 5-mile radius, you get to scroll the top 8 bartenders. And it's all based off of their following and activities. So check-ins, drink redemptions, all these different things. So now you can discover new places. You could click on this bartender, opens up a bar that maybe you've never been to before. So it helps out on that discovery side.
So what I've also noticed on the socials is like maybe I've seen it on Instagram or TikTok. It's like when you visit the cities, you go here. Is this kind of compete with those type of people that's already posting, hey, when you're in Tampa, these are 8 spots to go to? Or is it a little bit more deeper than that?
It's way deeper, yeah. It's
Okay.
and to go back, like we are, starting. This is Tampa Bay. This is market 1 for us. We're gonna move very fast and grow throughout the state, trying to get through the state through the end of the year. But yeah, it's a little bit deeper than that.
Okay. Now, you were speaking earlier about you had somebody dealing from MySpace. Can I say who it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So my man got Tom. Y'all remember Tom from MySpace? Like my boy Lee said earlier, he was everybody's friend. How did that even come about?
Well, to reverse back, so there's Tom and Chris DeWolf. Chris DeWolf was
Yes.
his partner. So Chris has been helping us out with the app from the beginning, which is really cool to have like the godfather of social media to kind of get into his mind and where they, to kind of help us out and guide us along our launch. But yeah, about a year ago, I was able to end up having a 30-minute Zoom with him, and we connected really good, and ended up, I was in LA a couple weeks after that and met up with him again. And, we talk about once a month, and I get to get in his mind of kind of how that social environment is built, and how that community stays connected. And one of the things that that's just constantly beating our head is that user experience.
Right.
Is making sure everything we do, over monetization, over anything, the user has a good experience when they're in the app.
I like how you said your top 8 bartenders, because that's kind of the same concept that we have on MySpace. So it's gonna be dope to see the familiar faces of bartenders, because I go out all the time. So.
Yeah. No, it's once I started meeting with Chris on a regular, we kind of embraced some of that MySpace nostalgia and talking to people and kind of diving into some research of what people really loved about MySpace and the top 8 and putting their top 8 friends in, and it kind of started with that, and so we kind of wrapped everything around that 8. So
Right.
it's top 8, 8 free drinks, $8 a month, top 8 bartenders, everything's kind of wraps around that. But we're looking to bring into some more elements that MySpace had back in the day, because it was just such a cool environment, such a cool social network that people relate to and remember. And it's just something that I think that once you bring back a little bit of that nostalgia, people will embrace it.
I totally agree. It has its own nostalgia. That's what I love about it. It has a nostalgia, and I think a lot of people are going to relate to that. And I'm happy that you started in Tampa, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's the dope thing, because like I said, Tampa has grown so much since COVID, and the people that we have moving from New York and from Texas and from LA and just coming and yo, we're loving the experience that we're having in Tampa. So just a new experience for you guys also.
Oh man, Tampa Bay is. I mean, when we lay over our forecast, which it's very difficult to do with a new product. You have no information. We don't even know if somebody's going to get on it. You know what I mean? So when we start laying over what we feel is a target demo, this area is just literally, I think, it's going to be one of our biggest markets.
Yeah.
It's really, and it's where we're starting. It's where I'm from, where I'm born and raised, and we go out a lot. You see, like I said, a lot of the same people, and it's just such a good community and such a thriving, in my opinion, nightlife. You go to the different bars and clubs, and they're packed, and it's just a cool community.
How did you? Okay, so I have to ask you this, because you're from here. How do you feel about the nightlife compared to what it is now than what it was back then?
Well, like I said, I was pretty much married my whole life.
Well, after you got married, hold on, how long have you been divorced?
About 13 years now.
Okay, so you've been out of that.
Yeah, I've been out. Yeah. So back in the day, I didn't really go out a whole lot.
No, you definitely did. No, you definitely did.
No, I mean, and just recently, like I do, obviously for what the business is, we go out quite a bit, and I say that if anything, whatever it is you do, you got to live it.
Right.
And that's, I can tell you, pretty much everyone in my office lives it, and we understand this world really well. But from back in the day to where it is now, I would say I obviously go out a lot more and experience a lot more. But I think it's, in my opinion, it feels better now.
What's your go-to spots?
Man, our office is downtown. We go to 511 a lot. Jason Page, one of my good friends, I go to a lot of his events at Lit.
Okay.
We go to, we pop around a lot.
Yeah. Actually, you had, I think some of your people's working last night at Show Bar on Taco Tuesdays, because I host there, which is always a vibe. 511, definitely a vibe.
Yeah, it's just like our home bar. We walk downstairs, we're right there,
Right.
Too convenient. We do a lot in Lebor too, the Show Bar, and they've been really big supporters of ours. And you go over to St. Pete, like my Rich Uncle and Poor Judgment, and a lot of those spots down there. Janice Live's a big supporter of ours as well. So we bounce around as much as we can.
No doubt. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Buck Wit Me. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe on all platforms, especially on YouTube. I need you right now, man. So like, follow, subscribe. Click. You hear it? Click. Now, you said that Tampa is the first spot that you guys are doing it at. What other cities are you planning on branching out to?
So in Florida, we have it broken down into 8 different markets. As soon as we launch here, we get a few months in, make sure the app's working the way it's supposed to. And, of course, we know we're going to have to work through some issues.
Of course.
But we're going to go directly right to Orlando as our next move. And Gainesville, Tallahassee will be the 3 that we jump in right away. So we're going to jump into 3 markets right after that, and then just kind of bounce around from there.
No doubt. Would this be, I guess, your first CEO owning a business like this? Because I know that you did like marketing and advertisement and back in the day.
I mean, I've been in publishing for 20, so I've owned my company for a long time. I've had several different businesses. We were talking earlier, from coffee shops to construction to media, advertising agencies. So, I've been in the role before, but never in tech. I've when we first started this tech, it just seemed like, and I'm coming from print media, knowing that,
Right.
that industry is dying. And, so we got to jump into the tech space. And I think that was a good move. And one of the things that I can tell you about that is I had no idea how hard it was.
Right.
Like, to develop an app that does everything that Barzo is going to do is not easy. We're a year and a half in right now on 3 different resets. We're deep in this project. So the 3rd reset was really cool because the social environment that we had before was like a traditional social environment. You
Right.
have your regular post and comment, like, share, all that stuff. So now what we've done is we've changed our social environment to neighborhood chat. So, like, basically you can come in, if you're an Ybor, you're last night, you can go into that Ybor chat, and everyone that's out in Ybor that's posting, you now can jump in that chat. They can see if you're at Show Bar Taco Tuesday doing your thing and you post
Right.
in that chat, and I'm at home, I can see I can go over there and see what's going on in that bar. So it's cool that, like, you can jump in these different neighborhood chats. You can go to different event chats, whether you're in Ybor, Tampa, downtown St. Pete, no matter where it is. It's just a different way to social. It's less vanity, I guess, and more real time. What's going on right now is kind of what we're shooting for. So this last reset, I think we finally got it. It's looking really good.
Right.
All the UI UX design stuff we're working on now, it's just like it really feels good.
And that's the most important thing. It feels good. Like you said, where, like, I'm sure you've had that moment of fear. And or what the fuck? You'd be like, oh, what I'm gonna. How does that feel?
Man, well, I've been pretty confident in that I feel this community needs this type of product. But, there's always a fear of that unknown. Like, man, there's people, we talk about this a lot in the office. Can you imagine here in a few months, like, when you start looking at subscribers and actually seeing subscribers in this?
Right.
The fear is, not having any. That's the fear. It's like, we're well in the 7 figures in just development in this project. And, like, it's scary, because it is an unknown. We have, I mean, close to 6,000 people on our wait list right now that have signed up to get the app. So, like, when you talk, I mean, it's still scary. Are those people actually going to convert? How long are they going to stay in? Are they going to download the app and go, this isn't, I'm not going to use it. Who knows?
Right.
But that's I would say my biggest fear is, like, making sure that you developed a product that people are really going to use. It's scary. But, like I said, at the same time, everyone in our office, we live this life. Right. I'm out literally 5-6 nights a week. I'm 50, so, man, I'm living my life in reverse. But at the end of the day, we're out there. You know what I mean? And I do believe, a lot of I could tell you some of my best friends are, bartenders and people that I go out with and bar owners and just, it's a lot of talking. So a lot of them that we do talk about, I think we got it. Gotcha. But it is scary at the same time.
Man, I'm happy for you, bro. Like I said, I've been seeing it. So to finally meet you and actually have this conversation kind of blows my mind. I ain't gonna lie. And we know mutual people, so I feel like we should have already met.
Yeah. For sure.
So since you are in the nightlife right now, what is some of the things that you don't like that bartenders do? Like maybe take too long, or is it the attitude, or them messing up their drinks?
I don't like they do.
And you ain't gotta say what bar.
No.
Just like, what is your experience when it comes to bartending?
I mean, obviously we always want our drinks quick, right?
Yeah. Come on now.
We were at one of the bars the other night, and it's just when they're so packed, like I wish they had more bartenders. But no, I mean, we always want it quick,
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I don't really have too many bad experiences.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good lately, but yeah.
Do you have your own go-to bartender when you go to certain spots?
I mean, we all have our go-tos at certain spots,
Right.
but like, we go, I don't, I mean, yeah, we have them go-tos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
No.
so you got the lunch parties that are about to happen.
Yep.
That's going to happen within the next couple of weeks. What kind of parties you plan on throwing?
So what our plan is, and the app should be done here in 3 weeks, but well by the end of July. So we'll call it end of July. So August, we have what we call our affiliate bars. In clubs, we have 35 of them on board, which you won't, once you walk in, you'll see that like all the bar mats are Barzo, beer buckets, and you go to the bathroom and all this back of the stalls are graphics to download the app. And we're really kind of dominating those 35 bars of like all of our branded marketing material. So out of our affiliates, we'll have like you'll see a whole lineup of where our locations are. It's one of the meetings I had today with one of the liquor brands of how we're going to support those events, and just kind of bounce around for a whole month. We're doing a whole month of launch parties from, like I said, Polk County all the way to the beaches.
Okay.
And then we're going to have one signature, our core release party. We're still working on that, which is probably going to be in September, but it's going to be it's going to be a much bigger event. It'll be our own like real launch party. So we're doing a bunch of launch events and one big one in September.
What is the selling pitch? And I kind of know the answer, but I want to make sure I'm on point when I ask this. The selling pitch for this app is telling people you can get 8 free drinks.
When we have our promo teams go out quite a bit and getting people on the wait list, and if you got to say something really quick that sparks someone's interest, say free drinks. You want free drinks in Tampa? Yeah, here we go. Get this app. So that's the quick one. But what people really want and what they actually want are two different things. Mm-hmm. Like if you what you think you want and what you want are two different things. So like what we're going to be really interested in seeing is like, what do they really use in the app? Like what's the thing that you're on the most? Is it the free drink? Is it the social environment? Are you shooting your shot?
Right.
Are you buying your friends drinks? Are you following more bartender? You're going into bartender pictures. Like we don't know. That's something that we're really excited to kind of see what people actually use.
I got you.
But the selling point is the 8 free drinks. But like for us, it might be the discovery side. What's going on tonight? Where's our next move? You go in there and see the heat map, and where all the bartenders are checked in and redeeming free drinks, and where the social activity is. We can kind of put a heat map on those sections. So maybe that's what people use. We don't really know yet.
I know, like with a lot of the clubs, people are quick to have ladies' night. Are you guys gonna have like something on the app that's dedicated to the ladies?
We have where each bar or club can put like their different events. So
Right.
if it's weekly events or one-off events, they put that in, and then you can sort. Like if you're a lady, you can hit ladies' nights everywhere. Lady nights pop up.
Dope.
So yeah, you can sort that by all kinds of different things. But yeah, that's one thing that we definitely have in there.
So this app is gonna have a lot of stuff on it.
Man, I'm telling you, it's a very like from the coding standpoint, from the development standpoint, it's a very sophisticated app. It's like at first, like when you start thinking about, like we were talking earlier, of how did you come up with the idea? It was like a discovery side.
Right.
But we call it like a poor man's Yelp. You know what I mean? It's like it's just a discovery. We're just regenerating content, right?
Yeah.
So we had to make that better. We had to get better at it. We had to put more features in it. And then when you're in development, it's like, what is your MVP? What can we go to market with? Just your MVP. And we started trying to strip it down a little bit to make it more simpler to go to market with just a couple features. I'm like, we can't do that. Like.
Right.
It's got to be what Barzo is. Like it's got to be something. Like you just can't. I mean, you don't want to just like look at like where's the ladies' nights at. You know what I mean? You want to now. I want to communicate. Now I want to benefit from it. Now I want all these different things. So we had to make that like a complete. The app has to be a complete product that is geared towards people that like the nightlife, and it goes much deeper than just finding out where to go. So and it's evolved. You know, like I said, a year and a half of development, man, we've evolved a lot. And but I think, like I said, I know we got it. It's good. It's gonna be good.
To hear that you put this much work into this app, and the way that the energy that I'm getting from you right now is like, yeah, we here. We finally made it. Was there any time where you thought it wasn't going to happen?
Man, I would be lying if I said no. No, it. You know what's crazy? We do have a lot of investors, you know, that are behind this, and you know, it's like one of the things when they invested in me, it was like an idea. I don't know if you know much about tech, but like,
Yeah.
and investing, it's, you know, you call it pre-seed round, which means, hey man, I got a great idea. I ain't got nothing. I got a great idea. I got no experience in tech, but you want to invest in me? You know what I mean? Like that's hard. The amount of money we raise is probably less than 1% of every tech company in the world. Like we raised quite a bit of money on an idea, which I think says a lot about the idea and a lot about, you know, belief that I'm going to be able to produce that product. And so yeah, that's been, there's been some scary moments, like where you get down to like, man, we're resetting again. Can these coders, because we had in-house coders, and that's like, I don't come from that world. So like to really understand what they're doing, and like, we don't know what you're doing. Hopefully, so we finally got through it, got a good CTO on board, and started seeing some serious progress, and now we're right here at the finish line. So it is a little surreal, honestly, like, and like I said, it's like you have to stand there sometimes and go, man, how cool is it going to be to see subscribers on this thing? You know, we've been looking at it for a year and a half. We've been looking at all these Figma designs and all these different changes, and like to see it actually go to market and people actually use it the way it's intended to be used is going to be pretty cool.
No, it is. All right, so I need to ask this question because I know a lot of people are watching right now, and they're like, how did Mike get these investors? Now, some people would say mutual friends or someone who you personally know, and you're completely right. Like to walk over to somebody like, I got this idea, and then for them to invest into that, like I'm sure that you had some like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, and I'll tell you, that's a question I get asked a lot. You know, man, I could do this, but man, I struggle getting the investment side. I've had people also say, what's been the funnest part about this? And the funnest part to me has been like getting the investors involved, but it's relationships you build over the years. You know, like, you know, to get someone to invest in you on an idea that has no traction at all.
Right.
It's hard. I don't care if it's friends, family, whatever. Like for you to give me $100,000 based off of, here, Mike, I think it's a great idea. And you have a lot of faith in me, really. You know what I mean? You're putting a lot in me. And and that's where I feel, you know, there was some very close friends. I've had people that I didn't know at all, you know, invest, you know, a lot of money, you know what I mean? Because I think they just believe in the idea. But it's relationships that I built over the years. Like I said, I was in publishing for 25 years, so I dealt with a lot of people that own businesses and selling ads, and you know, 25 years in publishing and still doing it.
Right.
You know, it shows that it's a pretty good success rate, and you know, it's but it wasn't easy. I mean, I spent months and months of meetings, and I could tell you probably 50, 60 meetings to get like the investor mix that we have now.
I'm glad you never gave up. Hey, it's your boy Buck Wit, and we're tapping in with one of our sponsors right now, and we will be getting back to the conversation that I'm having. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, if you're ever in the nightlife, entertainment, and you're drinking all that liquor, Live 21 is what you need in your life, man. And on top of that, if you're in the gym and you need some extra energy, you need some Live 21. The reason why we got two different bottles is because they have two different flavors. So make sure you check out Live 21, either in the gym or in the club or as your daily drink. It's your boy Buck Wit. Let's get right back.
No, it's you can't, you know, like, you know, it's one of those things. Once you get that momentum running and you get people believing in it, and then you start stepping into it a little bit more, and then there's no turning back at that point, you know.
Right.
So yeah, you know, like it's just what it is, and when you're fully committed and you fully believe into something, and it is a passion, like I got to change subjects, but like at the end of the day, like when I was in publishing, we had a few people come in and they're like, man, what's the difference in what you do and what I do? And I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. And it was passion. You know, I think passion wins over business plans. It wins over whatever. And if you're passionate about something and you're really passionate about
Right.
something, you ain't willing to give up, it's going to be hard to beat.
No, and with that being said, I feel that you found your purpose
That's it. Yeah.
at the same time because it's making you happy. You have a project that's making everybody else happy, and like I even feel the excitement talking to you right now.
Man, and what is cool, like you said, I don't know, people recognize these hats. I think that it's such a simple logo and such a simple brand, but like it is very recognizable. And to see like when you go out now, like I go out and people recognize that and come over and say, man, I can't wait for your app to come out.
No,
It is, man. It's like literally you get a little emotional about it sometimes because it is. You put so much into it, and to see people like you've had good ideas, like man, I'm gonna open this ice cream shop. It's great, right? But people don't really care that much. But to have someone walk up to you, and go, man, I can't wait for that app to come out. You know that is awesome. It's a great feeling, and it makes you feel like okay, we're on it. Like we
Right.
know we're onto something, and to have almost 6,000 people sign up on a wait list waiting for this.
that's crazy.
Almost 6,000 right now. We expect by the time of the next month, you know, probably a couple more thousand. So like that momentum is growing, and you know, to have some of the most popular bars and clubs in our area just embrace it so good and support it, you know, and it's going to work good for everyone. It ain't just for us.
Right.
We're here to promote the bars and the clubs and the events and DJs and bands and like it's all about just building this industry and making it better.
I actually see a bigger picture, and I know you got a big picture for yourself, but like I can see like you guys doing some big events in the city in the long run. Like you know, you guys like, hey, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that's a natural vertical for us, but you know, focused in on the app first and foremost,
First, of
and
course.
you know, we do have a really strong, you know, marketing team in the office, and we do all love going and promoting events, and we've done a lot of those back in the day. We've done my partner and I, our co-founder, he's very involved in the music industry, and yeah, I can see us doing some stuff like that. But yeah, we gotta get this app right first.
I gotta ask this stupid question because you guys do go out. Has anybody got drunk yet?
Man, man,
So many.
hey, man, you see, go through that camera roll, you know. Man,
Oh my God! Well,
Yeah.
when you raise your hand, well, because it happens, because you're having a good time, you're with your peoples, and it's just a good feeling. Um,
yeah, I like I said, man, we live it, and we go out quite a bit, so you can't help not get drunk every now and then.
well, listen, no, you're right. You cannot help it. Listen, this man right here is Mike. He is the CEO. What is okay? You said the launch party is going to be the end of July, the beginning of August,
Yeah, we're gonna get all the launch events will be around that
around
time.
about that time. So they can download the app now and be on the waiting list.
Yeah, you can go to you go to the website either barzo.com and join the wait list there. We are in the App Store. We have been approved by the App Store, so you can go there. Actually, put the app on your phone. You're not gonna be able to do anything with it other than the icon go on there. That gets you on. So as soon as it's available, then it'll come on your phone. But yeah, just the website's probably the biggest. Like just to join the wait list from there.
Okay. All right, cool. And the most important, I'm not going to say the most important thing because there's a lot of important things that's going to be on this app. It's going to be a community where you guys can hang out with other people. It's going to be a community where you can drink with other people. I personally will be taking advantage of trying to buy somebody a drink.
Yeah, and, you know, and that honestly was that was definitely not even close to like what we were thinking of in the beginning, but we
Right.
come up with that, and I will tell you, as you tell people about, it's funny you say that, because I think I would say 8 out of 10 people say the same thing. So when we talk about what's the most important thing in the app, everyone says that part. So I think that's going to be a pretty cool feature. I mean, you got to think about like even the bartenders, you know, you can instead of saying happy birthday to them in the social feed, it
Right.
says send them a tip. So they get lots of followers. They get, you know, you send a tip. On your birthday, it says send you a drink.
Right.
So all your followers will say send you a drink.
That's going to be a lot of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then you fill your drink bank, and it's sitting there. Use it when you want to use it. You ain't got to.
That's dope.
Yeah, and I mean, you know how this world works. There's gonna be a lot of good looking girls out there on that app.
Come on now.
Dudes are gonna be popping drinks left and right. You know what I mean? So they may never have to buy a drink again. So that's I feel, in my personal opinion, that's gonna be probably one of the most used sections of the app.
No, I yes, because I'm thinking, well, I don't have a problem talking to anybody, so that's not one of my issues. But for a lot of people, it's hard for them to approach another female or another man to try to break the ice.
Yeah.
So if you do that through the app, and if that's going to break the ice, then then it give you the confidence to.
Yeah. Yeah, we've you know, and there's that, in the two sides. Is this your friends out? You know, how many times you've been out and it's your boy's birthday and you can't make it?
Yeah.
Send him a drink. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
You know, there's just so many different things to that. I think that it's going to work really well.
Oh, this app's going to be nice during the holiday season.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because I'll be like, hey, bro, Mike, I got 15, 20 on your drink at whatever spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not there, but have a good time.
Yep. That's how it works. And and then discovering your friends too. This is an app that, you don't put all your friends or all your family and coworkers, and it's not a social environment for that. It's the people you actually party with, people you go out with. So keeping your location on in the app, so where maybe I go, man, I was out in Tampa the other night, and you're like, man, I was too. And I'm like, how many times you miss those opportunities to connect with friends? And this app will do that, show where all your friends are. You can, and hopefully, if you're out and you connect, and if not, you buy each other a drink.
You know what else I'm going to add to this also? You just said that's actually intriguing that I also do. Like, it's like, sometimes people be sitting at home like, I'm bored, I want to go out. All you got to do is jump on this app.
Who's out?
And if you see Mike is out, it'll be like, oh, well, Mike's at 511. Bump it. I'm going to go hang out at 511 because Mike's already there.
And how many texts you got to send sometimes to see what's going on?
Exactly. Know? And sometimes people don't respond for whatever reason, but still. But the thing is, like, you can see that a lot of people that's in the community hanging here and be like, you know what, there's bodies there, so let's go have a couple drinks here because we're all on the same page.
The first thing you do when you open the app, you click on the icon, it opens up, it has a slider. You staying in or going out. As soon as you say you're going out, we got, you're now you're on that map.
Right.
You're staying in to just kind of be in the app on the social side, see what's going on. But the minute you're going out, now your friends know that you're going out. So everybody on that app come hang out with you and see where you're going. And there's some other things, some other features we're working on to enhance that. When we launch, we're gonna have a bar crawl mode. You can put some of the bar crawl people out there putting bar crawls together. It kind of tracks that, where you don't have to have the wristband, but redeeming the drinks through the app, so it makes it simpler for the bar crawl promoters. There's so many features to it, man. Like it's
I'm sold.
Yeah, it's almost everything that you think about in a nightlife space. Like what's missing, like we try to fill those gaps. And I know that once it comes out, it's people like yourself are gonna come back, hey man, what do you think about putting this in there? And and that's when all those updates start coming, and we have a whole book full of them ready to go. But there's little badges you earn, if you give an example, like you're out one night and then you're back, you're back out at the bar at 12 o'clock, you're the hangover hero. So you start earning these badges. We have like 30 different badges that now when you're seeing a friend, you kind of see that their level of how hard they do party.
Hello. Is there going to be anything on the app where there's a competition amongst friends or other people on the app?
Well, other than the badges, that's pretty much it that we have right now. But like I said, I know as soon as this thing comes out, the amount of feedback we're going to get of input of what we think, what else could be added to it. I'm sure that's going to just flood us. So we're excited about that. Like, I'm excited to hear once you actually get in it and start using it, what else you think you'd want to see in it, and we're just going to keep letting that evolve. So,
okay, like I said, lunch party's happening here soon. How many updates have you done so far?
So we've had since the app has started a year and a half ago. We did three different resets. We call them, like where you basically start building it and you throw everything in the trash. You build it again, throw it in the trash. Now we're on that third. We're using little pieces from each time, but for the most part, it's just a complete reset. And we were supposed to launch in January, and I'm glad we didn't.
And I thought you guys did.
Yeah, so you're saying
that's when you threw me off. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, we were supposed to launch in January, and that's kind of when the social things changed. So our social environment went from a traditional, social environment to what it is today. But like I said, I'm glad we did, because sometimes you can launch something, and if it's just not right, you know what I mean? Like it just don't feel right, you know? So I'm glad that we've made those changes, and every hurdle that we've had, it's just education. You're learning as you go, but I think it's a blessing the way it's happened. You know what I mean? It happened the way it was supposed to happen.
Gotcha.
And even right now, we're supposed to launch, into July. If it ain't feeling right, it might be another month. I don't really, but it's got to be right. We're not going to go to market unless we feel really, really good, and the app feels right, and that way the user has the experience that we want them to have.
No doubt. All right, so listen, Mike, this is what I want to do with you real quick. So this is your camera. Right now, Mike needs you guys to start subscribing. We want to make sure that my man has a crazy launch parties, not parties. I say S on the end of that bad boy. I'm gonna throw a suggestion. Because this is gonna be a community thing. I'm hoping, assuming you guys might do like a Halloween party, maybe something Thanksgiving Eve type of party.
Oh yeah.
Just to show maybe an earlier appreciation. Just throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But like holidays, you always win during the holiday season. But I want you to look at that camera and tell the people how you gonna convince them to jump on this app.
Well, I mean, like we said the whole time here, man, there's so many benefits to the app. I think that, from the social environment to free drinks to people buying drinks, man, the app is built for you. The apps are built for you guys. So jump on that website, barzo.com, join the wait list. As soon as the app comes out, we'll send you a link to download it and give it a try.
You can't go wrong without giving it a try.
No, you got a free trial, so you get a week to try it anyway. So yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, hey, Mike, thank you so much for stopping
Appreciate
by.
you.
I will be pushing Barzo on my social, so make sure y'all follow me on any events that you guys got going on. I got you.
100%.
That's no problem.
Man, appreciate you.
No doubt.
Thanks, brother.
Buck Wit Me, baby. Let's go. Tay.
Let's go.